Welcome back to the channel, and today I've got a slightly more technical video for you. I'm with Cara Gainer, Ladies European Tour Professional. Got your first win earlier on this season as well. So we're going to get into all that, but we're going to be talking about equipment as well. The equipment that Cara plays, why, how you got fitted into it. You're with Ping, right?
Yeah.
And we're at the beautiful Casserole Golf Club today, so we're going to talk a little bit about your association with Casserole and the club company as well. But first of all, welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming on, much appreciated. Obviously, this is your home golf club as well as mine. How long have you been at Casserole as a golf club now?
Yeah, I've been at Casserole, must be over 10 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sort of my second club, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spend all my time here now when I'm at home and not traveling.
Yeah.
So it's such a great place. Obviously my golf coach here, Rob Watts,
Yeah.
And plenty of good players to play with as well.
Yeah, yeah, not me, but other top professionals. And club company, sponsor?
Yeah.
Been really good, obviously, having those guys on the CAF, and this year the association with obviously them as a sponsor as well for you. Obviously, being your home club and then having those guys, quite cool as well.
Yeah, so this is my second year with club company, so it's just a really nice partnership because it's sort of personal as well. You know, having been at Casserole for so long, and I really like some of the women in golf initiatives that they've done this season that we've done together. And
I've seen them. Very cool.
Hopefully, another couple of years, and we can sort of push the whole women initiative.
Perfect. So guys, we're going to hit some golf shots now. We're going to walk up and then we're going to get a little bit into the equipment that you use, why you use it, how you've been fitted into it, and a little bit about life on tour as well.
Great.
All right, let's hit some shots. Nice. Beauty. Doesn't come much straighter than that one. And would you say, Cara, driving strength of the game for you?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty accurate off the tee in general. Probably up there in top 10 on the tour, I'd say. Yeah.
And so obviously then for you, is there certain golf courses that you look at and you think I can really attack it this week? That's like, I'm going to use my strength to really optimise this week, you know, for you.
Yeah, I mean, I always actually used to think, you know, the wider the better, but actually I've realised as I've been playing over the last couple of years that as driving is such a strength of mine, actually some narrower courses actually suit my game a bit more, even though mentally they're quite difficult because you obviously need to be in the right mindset for a super tight course. But actually it really suits my game, so the, sort of almost the harder the better, really.
I've gone the other way. I'm now thinking about wider golf courses that suit me, so for the opposite reason. Okay, so beautiful drive, dispatched down the middle of the fairway. You're actually quite happy with that one yourself?
Yeah, I haven't been up this far in the fairway for a while, actually. Yeah, take it.
It's all the cameras, well, yeah, that's what it is. So we're going to talk a little bit about what Cara's now got in the bag. So Ping Ambassador, I-230 in the irons. How long have you had these in for?
I've been with the 230s now for probably five plus years. Obviously an older model. Obviously there's obviously a new model coming out already out.
I-240s, which I believe you've got a set and you're sort of testing probably for off season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't like to sort of tinker too much during the season, so I'm going to wait and test them sort of December, January time, ready for next year. And
talking of tinkering, are you a tinkerer? Are you not a tinkerer? Because I think it can be hard for pros, right? Because you can have the latest and greatest whenever you want, really. But you've got your first win with these ones.
Yeah.
They're going to be quite hard to knock out the bag, right?
Exactly, yeah. I actually was using the Blueprint in 2024, so I went back to the 230s, having played one season with the Blueprints, and just didn't quite get on with them as much as the 230s. So I put them back in the bag for 2025, and came out of the blocks fast and won the first season, first event.
And Nippon Modus 105 in a reg. Shaft-wise, had much experience with different shafts, or how long have you kind of had the Modus in for on this set? Is this what you've played all the way through with this head?
Yeah, I've played this shaft literally forever, so get on with it really well.
Gives you the feel, the feedback you're after.
Exactly, find it really stable. And no qualms really.
And then grip wise in here, you've got the Jumbo Maxes, which is the ST model here, so a little less taper in these, interestingly enough.
Yeah, they're pretty wide pretty much the whole way through.
Yeah, but you're saying that you get on with these and
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a slightly different grip than most. It's probably pretty uncommon. I would say I'm probably the only player on the tour using these grips. They're super, super big out in the States at the minute, and maybe not come as much to Europe at this point, especially, you know, not for girls, because you know, they were to begin with for long drive, and you know, Bryson uses them and things like that. So it's yeah, I've had them now for probably good on 4 years, and yeah, can't get out of them.
So you're saying you're like 80% in terms of fairways hit, and then I think the stat I saw was 75% in terms of greens and regulation, which is way up there, guys. Every time Cara looks at a green, 3/4 of them she hits, which is really, really impressive, playing tour length courses as well. So this is like a real strength of your game, right, in terms of this part of it. So
exactly.
I can imagine it must be difficult to then think about changing out of something that you're so good with.
Yeah, so I think it's probably easier if things maybe aren't going right and it's not a strength for your game. If it's a bit of a weakness, you might go around look for you know, that extra 1%. But you know, I'm quite happy with the long game, and if I can, you know, stay in this and keep performing with this, then I'm gonna stick with it.
Ping, you're gonna have to push it hard. So
yeah.
So what have we got here?
So we've got 90 yards.
Yeah.
Little, not much wind, but it's obviously pretty cold and a bit cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit a little 50-degree wedge.
All right.
And
Let's
see if we can stick it in close.
Yep. Lovely. Great shot.
Get a little, all right. Sit.
Yeah, beauty. Well done. So guys, lovely second shot in there for Cara. Nice birdie opportunity. Let's talk about putters though. So what have you currently got in the bag at the moment?
This is the Fetch putter, Fetch model, Ping.
How long have you had this one in for?
I've had this probably for 3 years, 2 to 3 years. I was actually originally playing an Odyssey.
Yeah, 2-ball?
2-ball Odyssey.
That's the one I remember you having, and I know you were a bit reluctant to get that out the bag, right?
Yeah.
But obviously you're in with the Ping now and had great success with it.
Exactly, yeah. So it was a bit of a struggle for me to change from the 2-ball, because I've had the 2-ball literally since I started golf. Yeah. They don't even make that model anymore. So it was, you know, Ping really tried to do their best to try to find something as similar as possible. Yeah. And this was the best that we came up with, and actually I really like it.
Really liked it now, bedded in.
Yeah.
And obviously mallet design. Have you always used a sort of mallet shape in terms of that shaping to it? Yeah,
always used the mallet, and quite a soft insert as well. I'm a bit more of a field putter, a bit more of a kind of drop ball pace. So I really like the soft face.
And when the greens get quicker as well for you?
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, typically. All right, let's see you roll this one in for us. Oh, it's a great roll again. Very nice.
Skimming the edges today.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously you've got a great relationship with Ping. In terms of the fitting process and those guys getting you into product, you've obviously been up to Gainsborough to see the fitters there. And what did you find the easiest piece of equipment to fit into, or what have you enjoyed the most out of sort of that relationship with Ping?
Yeah, obviously it's difficult when we're on the road so much to get plenty of time with the guys, but I probably would say I go to Gainsborough maybe twice a year, depending on kind of what I need. But then we see them pretty much at the majors and a couple of the other bigger tournaments like Scottish Open and things like that. So particularly through the summer, we have a lot of engagement with the guys. So that's really nice to sort of, you know, check out how we're getting on, and they can, you know, see our shots, see the shape, and if there's anything that we kind of need a little extra help on.
Yeah, little tweaks.
Exactly. Yeah. So I obviously, as I said before, I'm not much of a tinkerer, but yeah, I've really enjoyed getting into the new driver, and they've really helped me, you know, finding the correct shaft and finding the right, you know, type of head, because obviously there's the Max and there's LST as well. So I play the LST, which I've definitely found has, you know, really helped my spin control, and the Max was just going far too high. And, you know, in Europe we play a lot in the wind as well, so it just wasn't quite the right flight. So with the LST, it definitely keeps the ball, you know, a little bit lower. A little bit lower,
yeah. And obviously we play with a little bit of wind around here at Castle Royal, right? So you kind of know what you want in those sort of conditions, and then it's been great that they've been able to find that for you. And in terms of, is there been something that you and fitter has gone back and forwards for where it's been a bit more difficult for you to get it into the bag? Some people say like fairway wood sometimes could be quite difficult to find that exact one, you know, because it has to do so many different jobs for you guys. It has to be off the tee, off the deck. But anything particularly you found in that regard that's been a difficult fit for you in terms of the club?
Yeah, I'd say probably my 3-wood. You know, I found my 3-wood was really quite high and quite spinny. And you know, especially as I said, we play a lot on the wind, and especially off the deck, I was finding that it really was spinning up and I was losing a lot of distance. And you know, they don't make it easy for us on the tour. There's not a lot of par fives that we can really reach. So you know, I really want to have good 3-wood in the bag that really penetrates, got a good penetrating ball flight to try and get on those par fives in 2, which you know is a massive advantage. So yeah, trying to find the right 3-wood with the right flight. But yeah, I think the LST head as well, I found with the 3-wood has definitely helped that. Yeah,
okay, cool. And wedges as well, you're in the pings?
Yeah, ping wedges as well, glide wedges.
And obviously such an important area of the game for you guys, the scoring clubs that can make and break the rounds of golf and the scores that you guys produce and get in the wins, right? So.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I feel like the wedges are really good all round, but particularly when there's a lot of wet conditions. I really feel like, especially out the rough, wet grass, they really react pretty similar to dry conditions. Which,
well, they've got the hydro pearl finish on there, right? Yeah. Which for the guys at home, that's a particular finish that the pings are treated with on the face. And whenever they do a wet ball test on any of the magazines or anything, they always pretty much come out top for that. So they pretty much retain performance over dry and wet conditions, which is, I mean, when you think about it, maybe here in the UK anyway, you probably chase the sun a bit more than the amateur golfers, but that's such a big thing for ping there, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we actually play a lot in bad weather that people don't really see, and particularly this year we've definitely been cursed on the tour, so that's definitely helped me in tough conditions. But yeah, if you're a UK golfer, it's sort
check out those pings.
It's a must-have with this weather. All
right, let's see this lovely driver swing again, see how it's performing. Hasn't missed a fairway so far today, so. Perfect again. Great shot. Driving it so good with that. Great looking shot.
Get right. Sit. Sit.
Oh, that was so good there though. 5th year on tour?
Yes, yeah.
Technically, in terms of when your first tour event was.
Yeah, technically, I turned pro in 2020.
Yeah.
Obviously, COVID put a bit of a stop on that.
Yeah.
And I actually only played 5 events on the Access Tour. So, yeah, I would say this is probably my 3rd full year on the LET.
Yeah.
And then I had a year and a bit on the Access Tour.
Yeah, and then got your first win this year. How exciting was that to obviously get one over the line and do it in the fashion that you did as well, you know?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I lost in a playoff in 2023, and I've had several close calls since.
Yeah.
So it was really nice in Morocco to just play really well, and obviously win in a playoff again, and hit basically the best shot I can remember into the green to birdie the hole to win. So
best shot on tour so far?
I would probably say so, yeah. Definitely under the circumstances. Yeah, it was out the rough off a massive upslope like this, 7-iron in hand over a ditch to a really tough green to a back right pin, and I hit it to 3 feet. So yeah, under the circumstances, definitely my best shot.
Yeah, nice. And we've got a bunker shot here for you. Out the bunkers, how are you generally? How have you found, you know, moving from different bunkers to different bunkers throughout like the course of the season as well? How do you find that in terms of what do you do in your game to adapt and get used to bunkers from week to week? How do you sort of change it up?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't say bunkers is probably my strength in my game. I really try and work on it with my coach.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I hit a lot of greens, so I'm often not in the bunkers as much. But when I am, you know, I'm really trying to think about a lot of speed. Really, I'd say my downfall is I maybe don't commit to the shot as much, and I sort of lose a bit of speed through the ball. So I'm really kind of practice, almost feel like a bit of a slap when I hit the ball, so you can hear that slap on the sand. It's kind of what I've been working on recently.
Let's see it. Nice. That's the one. Beauty.
Yep.
That was that noise you were talking about.
Exactly. Speed, acceleration through the ball in the bunkers.
Perfect. There you go, guys. There's a tip for free as well. Thank you very much for coming onto the channel. Last couple of questions off me then. So, busy back end to the year. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so we've still got 3 events left of the season, including the Tour Champs. So a couple left in Asia, and then the Tour Champs in Spain. And then it all sort of wraps up, hopefully going to LPGA Q Series, which is final qualifying for the LPGA in December. Yeah,
and then in terms of like goals for, let's say, into 2026, LPGA, is that where you want to be in the States next year?
Yeah,
ideally?
I mean, it's difficult when, you know, I really feel like the LET is really come on the last 2 years, and you know, you can really make a good living. There's a lot of really great players. A lot of college players are actually choosing to come back to the LET now rather than try the Epsom Tour, which is the Challenger Tour for the LPGA. So the standard has gone up and up each year, and it's really, really competitive. So I really enjoy it on the LET. So it would be a big decision for me, especially you know, thinking about having to move as well. But you know, financially, as a business, you know, I run as a business myself. Financially, it would make a lot of sense to try out the LPGA.
And you want to play at the highest level you can play at, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Great. And then obviously, so we'll get you on the channel next year when you might have updated some equipment as well, or maybe not. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of talk this year about professionals still playing previous models, and I have to say you've hit those absolutely beautiful today, so there doesn't look like there's any reason to change at the moment. But I'm sure the guys at Ping will be trying to get you into next year's model as well. But thank you very much for coming onto the channel. Best luck back end of the year. Obviously, you always know we're cheering for you anyway, but we'll hopefully see you in 2026.
Great, thanks so much for having me.
All right, guys, thanks very much for joining us again. Cara Gainer, you get to cheer on now for the rest of the golf season, and we hope to have it onto the channel again next year where we can talk a bit more about what clubs she's got in the bag.